Hey there, Deadheads. Gerhard here again. Got a little bit something different for you guys this week. Instead of opening up something new and doing an unboxing video, I want to show you something a little bit older and have a little bit of a conversation around a pretty central topic to the world of the Grateful Dead, and that's bootlegs. Now, obviously, bootlegs exist in a lot of different forms. Tape trading has always been integral to the world of the Grateful Dead, and we love collecting those tapes, and now they're online on archive and re-listen. Those bootleg lot T-shirts have always been a big part of Grateful Dead, the Grateful Dead world, and that's great. We love that as well. But something I've been seeing a little bit more and more of is bootleg records. Obviously Dead.net, Grateful Dead Productions, has been putting out some really incredible stuff over the past few years. Those official releases, whether it's a Record Store Day release, a Dead.net exclusive, a Rhino Start Your Ear Off Right, or just a general release. They've been doing just such a great job. But obviously a lot of us are always hungry for more. And if you poke around, you'll find some interesting stuff out there. And I picked this up recently. I think the vinyl collecting or vinyl releases subreddit, someone had mentioned that there was a record store that had a few copies of this, which is the Grateful Dead Snack Benefit Broadcast 1975. Now, I'd sworn off collecting bootleg records a little while ago because the sound quality usually isn't that good. A lot of these are FM radio broadcast recordings, and you can hear it. And so these recordings exist on re-listen and archive. And so if you really want to hear it, you're not going to get a better quality on these vinyl releases. But this one really struck me because it's 1975 Dead. It's that in-between state between the 1974 Wall of Sound tour. They went on hiatus after traveling around the country with a bunch of semis and burning themselves out until about 1976 when they really came back touring in earnest. And we all know what happened after 1976. That was 1977, and we're all reverent towards those 1977 shows. But 1975 represents kind of a gap in what I have collected and what I've really heard and paid attention to. And so had to pick this up and give it a listen and really kind of experience what this is all about. And you'll see the track listing is kind of interesting. It's kind of funny. You get a Jerry Garcia interview, which lasts about 9 or 10 minutes. And then Blues for Allah into Stronger Than Dirt, flip it over, and you got a drum solo, some more Stronger Than Dirt, and then you close the cycle with the Blues for Allah reprise. Then they give you a little bit of an encore. And what Grateful Dead set would be complete without that Chuck Berry cover. Overall, sounds about as good as I expected. It's not that audiophile quality. It's not that kind of quality you expect from those really great 180 gram releases that we've been getting lately. Those official releases, but it's a curiosity. It's something that's a little bit different, and so I've been enjoying it. And it's funny, you get that picture of a few of the guys on the front, and you see on the back. It's a daytime show for this snack benefit concert. That's a after school athletics and music program in San Francisco, and it's a daytime show. That's not really the Grateful Dead's typical time to shine. That's not their wheelhouse. But they've Jerry says in the interview they've arranged this as a bit of a suite. It's more of a full performance and less of a bunch of songs that they're performing for this benefit concert. And they have a strange arrangement for this too. It's the core six that you would expect from mid-70s Dead, but then you also get Merle Saunders on keys. You get Ned Lagan on keys, which you get occasionally in those mid-70s shows, but interesting to note. And then you also have David Crosby on this. And obviously, we all know a bunch of the Grateful Dead band members played on his 1971 release, If I Can Only Remember My Name. And so he's repaying that favor, and he's playing with the Dead, playing in the band on this release. Overall, pretty good. It's interesting on this. I don't know if I have any others from Mind Control, which is the company that put this out. It's not going to focus, but trust me, it says underneath there, manufactured in the EU, limited to 500 copies. I don't think this is a terribly difficult release to find. It's, there's a bunch of official releases that are limited to 9,000 copies that are impossible to find. You spend a fortune on Discogs, but this you can, if you poke around, you can find it. Jeff Bezos' website, you can find it there. eBay, small record stores, and that's where I've typically found other bootleg records. I have a few before I really kind of swore off them, and these other ones are from Parachute Recording Company, which is a little bit more famous for those Euro boots, those European pressed bootlegs, and these are also FM radio broadcasts, and so they sound about as good as you would expect from an FM radio broadcast recording. And the first that I'm going to show you guys is this Pirates of the Deep South record. And I'd seen this online a few times in a few people's collections when they're showing them off, and so that's what kind of drew me to this. Show you the track list on the back, and most of these you don't get really in-depth liner notes. The liner notes on this is just a little bit of a write-up of what was going on and brought them to this Florida radio broadcast, and why the I thought it was Love Light, but no, I guess it was yes. The side D at the end. Turn on my Love Light. It's shorter on this. They were pushing up against curfew. So you get those short liner notes. And then another example of kind of filling in those gaps in the collection I have here is Visions of the Future. And I only have volume 1, which is, I guess, the first set of that night, March 18th, 1995. I show you the track list on the back and that Parachute Recording Company logo. Now there's also volume 2 out there. But similarly with that 1975 show, I picked this up because it's a 1995 show, and I don't believe there's any other 1995 shows pressed on vinyl officially, and there's not a lot of 1995 shows officially released. I mean, there's famously that one from the 30 Trips Around the Sun box set, that CD box set, which is, a concert from each year, 1965 to 1995, every year that the Dead was active. But you don't get a lot of official 1995 releases, and I think some might say good riddance. But just to get a sense of what are each of these years sounding like, I picked this up as that bit of a curiosity. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about bootlegs? Whether it is listening to those deeper cut recordings on re-listen, finding that tape in the attic or stashed away in your tape stash that's from unknown provenance, or in this case, bootleg records. Is anyone out there a big fan of collecting these bootleg records, or are you a swearing by only the official releases that have that Dead.net stamp on the back? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious, what other people feel, what other people think, and how you feel about these bootleg releases. Additionally, while you're here, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button to stay on top of the videos that I'm making. Now, I've got a few more video ideas coming up. Got the Bobby Weir and the Wolf Brothers record, Tie-Dye, coming in today, I believe, and so I'm going to try to get a video about that up this weekend, show you guys that Tie-Dye release, and I believe it comes with a little screen print insert. That's how they justified the limited edition there. Show that off, and then obviously there's a bunch of exciting releases coming up soon. So early April, we're going to have that Dave's Picks Volume 1, Richmond, Virginia, coming out. Show you guys that one. And there's a few more that I'm excited about as well. I believe it's late April, as part of Record Store Day, they're doing another Europe 72 box set. They did one last June, that Paris show. They're doing, I believe this one is a London show, so, famous for its Dark Star. So I'm excited to hear that Dark Star on that Record Store Day release. And so that's coming up later down the road in April as well. And so if you want to have easy access, find these videos, go ahead and subscribe. And with that, thank you guys very much. I will see you in the next video, probably soon, as that Bobby Weir record is on its way right now. All right, peace.